have like different forms of like effectiveness, and someone could be like potentially on birth control using those control methods and it fails. Is that just a risk that like someone
Yeah,
should
so
have?
I'm going to say something. This is how far our morality has gone. We need to teach kids to save themselves for marriage. And a lot of these problems wouldn't be having. And if you do decide to engage in consensual marriage before sex before marriage and you get pregnant, that's the cost of the game.
Hello everybody, welcome back again to another reaction videos. So guys, we are going to be checking out this video from Turning Point USA, and the title is Charles Kirk debate pro-choice women. I'm so sure you're going to love and enjoy every bit of this. So no further talking, let's dive into it and check it out.
Thank you so much for coming out here and for like facing disagreements first, I guess. I really appreciate it. All right, I had another question coming up here, but the bait is there and I have to take it.
Okay.
So I am also pro-choice, and I was wondering how, like, you said to the previous dude back there that the government, in cases where human life is at risk, should step in through any means necessary, be it through mandates, be it through bans, things like that, right?
Again, that was a hypothetical answer. Let me clarify it. I think the
Please,
government has
yeah.
a moral obligation to protect innocent life when confronted with the question of someone intervening to end that life.
All right.
So if a police officer is standing idly by and he sees someone on the side of the street and someone is going by to about to kill them, the police officer, being an agent of the government, has a moral right to intervene.
I'm sorry, I do have to take like a little bit of a caveat here. So the behavior of the police officers in the Uvalde shooting was disgusting.
Oh, I totally agree.
Do you believe? Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
but guess what? I'm consistent. The cowardice that happened at Uvalde is the cowardice we allow to happen when there's 1 million abortions in our country every single year.
All right, okay.
Which is standing idly by when children unspeakably get massacred.
I don't know. I think there's a bit of a difference. And the analogy that I usually use, or the question that I usually ask pro-life people is, do you believe that the government should mandate organ donation, even in cases of like things like donating your kidney? Or right now we have a policy where even after death, if you have like religious things where you have to. Oh. Sorry, that's me.
That's not you.
No. Where your whole body has to be intact in order for like burial rites and things like that to happen. We say that you shouldn't have to donate your organs, but the pro-life case seems to extend to the idea that even people who are living should have to give up their kidneys to people in hospitals, maybe, who need kidneys.
Well, I don't quite see it that way.
Okay.
But
what makes a uterus different?
Well, first of all,
Sorry.
again, in 99.67% of the cases, the woman made a choice that could potentially.
And what about those 0.4%? What do you think should happen then?
Oh, I think the baby should be delivered, of course, because I'll give you an example. Let me just prove it to you. If I had 2 ultrasounds, and one of them was a baby conceived in rape, and one was a baby conceived in consensual sex.
Well, of course.
Which one is it?
They look the same. I do.
But you can't tell because they're both human beings. And in Western morality, of which I'm defending tonight, doing something wrong after something evil is never the right thing.
So do you think that government should mandate organ donations?
No, and I think it's a false equivalency for more reasons than one, for a lot of different reasons. By the question of, do I think the government should come in and protect innocent life from being slaughtered? Of course I do. Yes. And that's the answer. So, I mean, when it comes to mandating organ donations, I don't even see how that's applicable to the question. Because in 99.6% of the cases, 6-7% of the cases, the mother made a choice to be able to get pregnant. Now, in the very small micron kind of case, then the case is that the human life and the human being needs to exist.
So,
it needs to be able to exist.
All right, I'm going to argue that different forms of birth control have like different forms of like effectiveness, and someone could be like potentially on birth control using those control methods and it fails. Is that just a risk that like someone?
Yeah. So I'm going to say something. This is how far our morality has gone. We need to teach kids to save themselves for marriage, and a lot of these problems wouldn't be having. And if you do decide to engage in consensual marriage sex before marriage, and you get pregnant, that's the cost of the game.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Guys, what an awesome one from Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk has said it all. He has said it all because human life, irrespective of how a mother gets pregnant, as long as human life is involved, as long as baby is involved, I think the baby should be kept, okay, instead of an abortion, because an abortion is a taboo. An abortion is against the holy book. Yes, God is against an abortion. It's just like, yes, it's very, very bad. So, if that an evil should not be done after an evil. Let's say, for instance, that a young girl was raped, or which was an evil, and after that you decide that, okay, that you want to remove that child. So he was trying to say that, okay, remember that it was a sin. Even for the rape, it was a sin. So for you to even think of to removing the innocent baby, he said that is also a sin. So every human life matters, okay, irrespective of how they get pregnant, they really matters a lot. So he made another point that we should save our kids for marriage. That is, we should educate our children. We should educate them to keep themselves, to abstain from SES, because that is totally wrong before marriage. And if they try to engage in engagement and to engage in any consumption, or they should face the reality instead of aborting the child, because is an innocent blood, and God is totally against everyone that does that. God is against anyone that does evil. And guys, I think there should be a discussion. There should be a heart-to-heart discussion before any SES, okay? I think that is going to help a lot to reduce the rate of an abortion in our society. If a young girl, if you are not ready to get pregnant, if you are not ready to have a child yet, or you should be careful. You should be careful when you are having SES. You should be careful when you are indulging in moral acts, because anything that results after that, you should be held responsible for that. You can't just say that it is a mistake, because a lot of people have conceived, and at the end, so many of them said it was a mistake, that it was never their intention. Why is it a mistake? Since you conceive it a mistake, then you should give birth to that child. Yes, so that is what Charles Kirk was trying to say. So abortion is a taboo. It's against God. It's just like sharing of, yes, it's very, very wrong. So if you get pregnant, just be ready to give birth to that child. If you are a woman and you are taking concentration tab and is not working for you, and you get pregnant, he said that you should give birth to that child, because every child deserves to be born. Yes, they deserve to be born. If you're not born, like how? So he said that every child deserves to be born, irrespective of how you get the pregnant. So guys, I'm really so excited sharing this with you, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. So you let me know what to think about this video in the comment section. I would really appreciate every bit of that. So guys, stay tuned and see you all in my next one. Bye.